What if I told you the past isn't hurting you, the memory of it is? Right now, at this very moment, millions of people are living inside yesterday instead of today. Maybe that's you. You wake up, but your mind immediately travels back to an old mistake, a relationship you couldn't save, words you wish you had never said, a person who walked away, a version of yourself you can never become again. You keep replaying those moments over and over, hoping that somehow, thinking about them one more time will finally change them, but it never does. Instead, every replay steals another piece of your peace. Every regret becomes another invisible chain. Every painful memory quietly decides how you live today. Here's the strange part. Most people don't even realize it's happening. They believe they're living in the present, but they're actually reacting to ghosts. Ghosts of conversations, ghosts of failures, ghosts of old identities. And according to Buddha, that is the greatest prison a human being can build. Not walls, not money, not society. The prison of the mind. Stay with me until the end, because one simple lesson from Buddha may completely change the way you see your past forever. Imagine carrying a backpack, not for one day, not for 1 year, but for 20 years. Inside that backpack are every embarrassment, every rejection, every heartbreak, every failure you've ever experienced. At first, it feels heavy. Eventually, you stop noticing the weight. You assume this is just what life feels like. But here's the truth. Life was never meant to feel this heavy. Your mind simply became used to carrying pain. Buddha taught something extraordinary. He never said pain doesn't exist. He said, suffering begins when we refuse to release what has already happened. Read that again. The event ended years ago, but your attachment never ended. That's why you're exhausted. Not because of yesterday, because you're dragging yesterday into today. For just 1 minute today, close your eyes. Ask yourself one question. What memory keeps visiting me the most? Don't judge it. Don't fight it. Just notice it. Awareness is always the first step toward freedom. A story you keep telling yourself. Here's something fascinating about the human brain. It loves unfinished stories. If someone betrayed you, your mind wants justice. If someone left you, your mind wants closure. If you failed, your mind wants another chance. So it keeps replaying the same memories again and again and again. But Buddha observed something different. He realized, life doesn't promise closure. Life only offers acceptance. And those are two very different things. One waits for the world to change, the other changes you. Think carefully. How many years have you spent waiting for an apology that never came? How much peace have you sacrificed? Waiting for someone else to fix your pain? Maybe. That's exactly why you're still trapped. But here's where almost everyone makes a mistake. They believe letting go means forgetting. It doesn't. In the next part, you'll discover why Buddha never asked people to erase the past. He taught something far more powerful, and once you understand it, you may never look at your memories the same way again. There is a quiet habit almost every human being has. The moment something painful happens, the mind begins asking one dangerous question. Why did this happen to me? At first, that question seems innocent, but if you keep asking it for months or years, it slowly becomes your identity. Instead of living your life, you become the person something happened to. Buddha warned about this long before modern psychology ever existed. He understood that suffering grows whenever we build our identity around pain. Your heartbreak is not who you are. Your failure is not who you are. Your past is not who you are. They are experiences, not your identity. Think about the sky. Storms come, thunder appears, dark clouds cover everything. Yet the sky never becomes the storm. It simply allows the storm to pass. Your mind works the same way. Pain visits, fear visits, regret visits. But none of them are permanent residents. Only your attachment makes them stay. Tonight before sleeping, write down one painful memory that still controls your emotions. Now ask yourself, is this memory happening right now or only inside my mind? Most people discover something shocking. The event is gone. Only the story remains. That realization alone can begin changing your life. Most people believe healing takes years. Sometimes it does. But healing doesn't begin when time passes. Healing begins when resistance ends. Imagine trying to hold a burning piece of coal. The longer you refuse to drop it, the more it burns your hand. Now ask yourself, who is really causing the pain? The coal, or your refusal to let go? Buddha used similar wisdom. He taught that attachment creates suffering far more than the event itself. This doesn't mean your pain wasn't real. It means your future doesn't have to remain trapped inside it. That is hope, real hope. But there's another invisible chain almost nobody notices. It silently keeps millions of people stuck every single day. And once you see it, you'll understand why letting go has felt impossible. The chain is called regret. Regret whispers, if only. If only I had said something different. If only I had worked harder. If only I had stayed. If only I had left earlier. If only. These two words steal more happiness than almost anything else, because they create imaginary versions of life that never existed. Your mind compares reality to fantasy, and reality always loses. Buddha encouraged people to return to the present moment, not because the present is always easy, but because it is the only place where life actually exists. You cannot breathe yesterday. You cannot change yesterday. You cannot live yesterday. You can only think about yesterday, and thinking is not living. The next time regret appears, take one slow breath. Look around the room. Name 5 things you can see, 4 things you can touch, 3 things you can hear, 2 things you can smell, 1 thing you can feel. This simple mindfulness exercise gently brings your attention back to reality instead of memory. Now imagine meeting your younger self, the version of you who made mistakes, the version you still blame. Would you scream at that person? Or would you understand that they were simply doing the best they could with what they knew? Most people show compassion to strangers, but none to themselves. Buddha believed compassion begins within, because without self-compassion, there is no lasting peace. Forgive yourself, not because the mistake didn't matter, but because carrying it forever won't change it. Forgiveness is not saying the past was acceptable. Forgiveness is refusing to let the past own your future. That is true freedom. In the next part, you'll discover the one daily habit that quietly rewires your mind to stop living in the past and finally experience genuine inner peace. It sounds almost too simple, but its impact can last a lifetime. If this wisdom brought even a little peace to your heart, subscribe to Buddha Mind for timeless Buddha teachings, mindfulness, and powerful life lessons that help you grow from within. Like this video, share it with someone who needs healing, and comment below, I choose peace over the past.